Hello, everyone. Welcome. Oh, Ellie, thanks for dropping in. Yeah, you must have just missed the violence that happened. I will definitely be putting up a clip of that. We got Pow a new friend, and she is not happy about this situation. But that's why we get her new things because she's never happy about them, and then it gives her enrichment when she tries to destroy them. But yes, hi, welcome. Thanks so much. So we've been playing Beacon Pines for the last couple of weeks. Several weeks. I think we started before I went to the hospital. But anyway, we're playing Beacon Pines. Uh, so we're continuing tonight. I am so excited to get further into this game. I have said before I am ready to be emotionally hurt by this game. I am. I'm ready. I'm ready for the pain that this game is about to inflict on me. And Pow's going to keep us company while we do that. Uh, right when I started streaming, Toot and I were kind of brainstorming games that would be good to play on stream. And one of the very first games that she ever suggested was Beacon Pines. She played it last year all the way through and has been trying to get me to play it since then. And it was the first game she thought of that would be good to play on stream. So this is like back in whenever I got started, January or February. So yeah, uh, very, very excited. April. Did I get started in April? It was around my birthday, I think. Anyways. So yeah. Well, I'm just watching my stream stats a little bit, and we've got a little bit of instability in the network. I'm hoping that that means we don't drop out, but if you do experience any difficulties, please let me know. How far have we played so far? I don't know, because we keep bouncing back and forth in time. We've played through a couple of branches to endings. Right now, let's pause the music here, uh, and we'll hop on over into the game. We are just at the beginning of chapter 5 again. I don't know which chapter 5. I don't know how many chapter 5s there are. We've died a couple of times. We died to this strange person in the hazmat suit. We've died to the Pete's. How else have we died? We just witnessed our Gran in a hazmat suit. Dun dun dun. Speaking to the villainous heiress, Valentine. So yeah, I have given up trying to guess where this game is going because if I tried to guess, I would either be wrong or I would be right and be disappointed. So I'm just along for the ride now. So yes, welcome, my friends. Welcome back to Beacon Pines. We are going to just play a little bit of this, follow a few of the different threads of the story. If you haven't caught the stream before, the premise of this game is that we are a young Luca Van Horn. We are a young deer trying to figure out the mystery of his town of Beacon Pines. And the way the story is told is through a storybook with branching paths, and at each branch, we can make a choice in how we want the story to progress. And the story changes each time we make that choice. If we make a wrong choice, we can go back and choose a different path. Um, so it's so well done. I am so impressed by the storytelling in this game, by the narrative, um, by the visuals, by the music, by the narration. I am in love with this game, and waiting to play it on stream has been so difficult because if it was up to me, I think I would just sit and play about 6 hours of it straight. So everybody, get comfy, grab something to drink. Pow's going to be keeping us company up in the corner. Uh, we've got her treat each is coming up in about an hour. We're not doing the betting tonight. That'll be back on Friday or maybe Monday. I'm not sure. But yeah, we're just going to hang out, chill, and read a story together. It really is the sort of game you don't want to put down. Absolutely. The first time I played it, I was kind of like, okay, I guess this seems a little. The first time I sat down and played it, maybe the first hour, it felt very straightforward and very like, okay, I'm just clicking a button and reading a story. And then now I'm 100% sucked in. 100% sucked in. It's very cool. And if anyone's watching, Little Elephant is the mod for the Cozy Gaming Club, which is a club run on TikTok, YouTube, and Discord. Oops. Don't go to sleep, thank you. And every month we pick a different game, a different cozy game to play together. And actually, this month for October, it's Beacon Pines. So that worked out perfectly that we were already playing Beacon Pines for our on-stream game, and it's the game of the month in the Cozy Gaming Club. So definitely check out the Cozy Gaming Club on YouTube and TikTok. And she's got some great content and very exciting. Cozy Game just released Station to Station, and Pow is playing Getting Over It. I hope that I switched over fast enough for you guys to witness that. Yeah, she likes to climb. She likes to destroy. We'll see how long she actually gets to keep the skeleton, because last time she had a skeleton, she lost privileges because she kept using its head as a surfboard and ending up on her back. So we'll see if she keeps skeleton privileges this time. And we do love the Cozy Gaming Club. We discovered it right around the time that I was getting into streaming, and it's been such an amazing supportive resource for me as a content creator, but also just for gamers and people in general who enjoy games without the kind of competitive nature that a lot of gaming servers often foster. So it's great. Yeah, we love the Cozy Gaming Club. Definitely go check them out. All right. Pow is Pow has realized she is being perceived and no longer wishes to put on a show. Okay. Okay. It's time. Well, we really mean it, Ellie. We really do. All right. It is time for Beacon Pines. Let's see. Chapter 5. I believe the last thing we saw was Gran in the hazmat suit. So yeah. Story time.
What big ears you have.
Ooh.
Lucas sat shivering in the bushes, staring at his feet.
Sorry, I didn't realize the volume was so low.
After checking to make sure the coast was clear, Beck gave him a gentle tug on his sweater.
What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Why were you so scared of that old lady in the hazmat suit? That was my gran. That was your gran. Yeah. Okay, well, also I'm in love with Beck because she looks like my Binks. I'm sure there is a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this. Let's just get to the treehouse and figure things out there. Lead the way. Alright, we're meeting up with Rolo at the treehouse. Let's see. I just have to remember the way to the treehouse. Ooh, it's glowing. Can I check that out? I can't. Okay. Ooh. Mr. Nutcreed. Ah, he's so shady. And the Pete's. I love the Pete's. For the last time, there's nothing to worry about. Of course, we're not worried.
The clipboard finished writing with a scratchy flourish and looked up.
Just dotting our I's and crossing our T's. Well, maybe try minding your P's and Q's.
Mr. Nuncreed, arms crossed over his paunch, gave an exhausted sigh.
If there's anything you need knowing, you'll know it. Absolutely. If you'll just sign here acknowledging everything is accurate, we'll be out of your hair in a flash. Oh, for the love.
He snatched the pad and scribbled his name so hard the pen nearly snapped.
There. And would you like my eternal soul as well? I have a feeling they already have it.
The clipboards looked at each other for a moment, almost pondering the possibility, then broke into laughter as they walked away.
The clipboards are so good. Oh no, please don't stuff us in a phone booth again. I don't really want to talk to you, but I feel like I should. Hi, Mr. Nuncreed. Luca, let me give you some advice. The next time someone you don't know asks to hear your thoughts, give them a good hard bop right in the kisser. Oh, Grant tells me to just keep away from the clipboards. That's good, that's good. Your Gran is a smart lady, Luca. Speaking of which, you better run along home now. Too dark out to be wandering on your own. Seems pretty suspicious to me. I also love the detail that the sign for Nuncreed's drugstore is clearly so old that that's a picture of him when he was young. I just love that detail. Alright. Back through town. Shall we talk to our croc friend again? The answers you seek will be revealed to you in due time. Oh, the music's a bit loud? There, that should be a bit better. There we go. Okay. The question is, the figure intoned, are you prepared to live with the truth? You're so helpful, crocodile friend. Another day, another dollar. See you tomorrow, Z. Have you noticed how all the perennial harvest folks order the same drink? Decaf cappuccino with extra foam? Why? I don't know. Just thought it's a little odd. Pretty weird for sure. Well, customer's always right. See you bright and early tomorrow. I can't wait. He said some sarcasm. Just a little bit of sarcasm. A little bit. Alright. Oh, let's go talk to Gus. I feel so bad for Gus. Oh, no. He's with Mr. Kerr.
William Kerr and Gus Valentine proudly surveyed the half-covered festival banner.
It's all coming together quite nicely. Couldn't have done it without you.
The mayor gave a half-hearted shrug.
I'm not so sure about that. Nonsense. That reminds me, I wasn't able to thank your sister for her contributions. Yes, she has been indisposed of late. She doesn't much like me, does she? Oh no, that's not it at all. She's just been busy. Of course. Regardless, I would be ever for shutting down. Regardless, I would be forever grateful if you could pass my thanks on to her. The History Museum adds a real air of import to the whole affair. And we couldn't very well celebrate the story of Beacon Pines without including the Valentines. My father was a great man. You're darn tootin' he was. I do not look like that look on his face.
Kerr locked his arm on Gus's shoulder.
But I mean the entire Valentine family. Present company included. Can I ask you something, Mr. Kerr? Call me William. Ask away. William, why are you doing all of this? Gosh, I've never felt one I never felt one needed a compelling reason to throw a party. His voice throws me off so much because I grin. I do a really fake grin, and then I can't read the words properly. You're off to bed early. Nice. Well, I'm so glad you were able to drop in and have a good rest. We'll see you tomorrow. Alright, gotta stretch those jowls out for my hyena voice. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Alright, let's try this again. Gosh, I've never felt one needed a compelling reason to throw a party. Not just the festival. All of this. There's gotta be 100 down on their luck towns out there. Why is Perennial Harvest so interested in helping Beacon Pines? Gus, I think you should stop asking questions before you get dead. You know what I love most about the agriculture business? Seeds. Seeds? Yep, little bundles of potential.
With a glimmer in his eye, Kerr gestured grandly toward the horizon.
I really don't like the look on his face. You treat a seed right, nurture it, feed it, and it can grow into something truly special. You see potential here? Undoubtedly. The seed of greatness is already under our feet. All it needs is a little nudge. And the right leadership, of course. Oh. Good night, Mayor Valentine. Alright then. Can I talk to you? Or no, your cutscene is finished. Okay. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, the treehouse is just a little further on from here. So what's your buddy Rolo like? Rolo. Not particularly helpful. Sorry, I've just never thought about it. Lots of energy. He's funny, even when he's trying not to be. Things have been tough for his family since the foul harvest. It's about damn time you tell me what this foul harvest thingy is. Oh yay, plot explication. It's a kind of long story. Hit me with the highlights. Okay. There used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Ooh, big deal fertilizer. It was a big deal to us. Their stuff really worked. Farmers loved it. So Valentine's grew and grew. Beacon Pines pretty much grew around it. Most everyone in town either worked for Sharper Valentine or used his fertilizer. Things were good. I'm sensing a big but. Around 6 years ago, Sharper Valentine died suddenly. And something changed. Changed how? Could have been a bad batch. Maybe it was in the water or air or soil. Nobody knows. But all the crops died. And everyone blamed the Valentines. The foul harvest. Yeah. Valentine's fertilizer went out of business. Half the town lost their jobs. Sheesh. The next year the crops came back, but something was different. You plant a crop, do everything right, and it's sort of a crapshoot what happens. And no one knows why? Nope. I take it Rollo's farm got the short end of the stick? Yep. For some reason their farm was hit harder than others. That sucks. Things have gotten better since Perennial Harvest came to town. The Beacon Pines Were Born initiative? Yep. First thing they did was give the town a deep scrub. They even put us up in hotels one town over for a week while they decontaminated the groundwater. Oh, that's not suspicious at all. That's not suspicious at all. We'd better get going. Okay, no time for flashbacks. Yay, Rollo's here. It's about time. I was about to give up and go home. Who's the new kid? Name's Beck. You must be Rollo. I see my reputation precedes me. Welcome to Mission Control.
Rollo waggled his head with pride.
You'll find we spared no expense in construction. I've seen worse looking piles of junk. Thanks. Hey, Luca, you know the security concerns we talked about? Yeah? While I was waiting, I made some improvements. Ooh, maybe the gun on the roof does something now. Let me lock this baby down for a little test infiltration. Can't be too safe these days. Okay. Oh dear. He goes all out, doesn't he? Sorry, I was in the middle of taking a drink. Always. Ooh, another charm. Lavish. Are we the test infiltration? Hello? I would like in, please. Oh. Aha. Success. Okay. House decided she's done with us. She's going back to her humid hide. There we go. Give me some junk. Oh no. Where did you guys get all this junk in the first place? There's a guy in town named Jeff who trades us junk for snacks. Junk food for junk. Nice. So, pretty sweet security, right? It was imaginative, I'll give you that. Luca, are we sure we can trust the new recruit? I'll vouch for her. Thanks, I guess. Okay, Luca, you promised to fill me in about the Valentine warehouse.
Luca sucked in a long breath.
Oh, this is gonna be a lot. So like I said, there was someone there. What were they doing? I don't know, but the place was lit up and active. Maybe they were squatters? I don't think so. It seemed more organized. When the man pulled me in, I saw some sort of equipment running. A man pulled you in? Yeah, but I got away. You keep saying it was a man. They were wearing a mask, right? Yeah. Then it could have been a woman. How did you get away? I grabbed a rock or something and broke their mask. They let go and I ran. Dang. That's intense. No wonder you freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. On our way back here, Beck and I saw Eris Valentine meeting with Gran. Wearing the same sort of hazmat suit.
Rollo let out a low whistle.
And they weren't there for idle chit-chat. It was a proper clandestine meetup. So let me get this straight. There's an operation in full swing at the Valentine warehouse. You were almost abducted by a strange man or woman in a protective suit. And then you saw your Gran, in the same suit, talking to Eris Valentine. Pretty much. I'm beginning to think this town is kinda awesome.
Rollo and Luca shot back a look.
No offense. There's a little tiny pow head at the bottom of the camera, and every now and then she just pokes up a little bit. It's killing me. Hello, baby. Hello. There's my hello there. And so, we can logically conclude aliens or alien zombies have infiltrated the town. And their leader is your Gran, and she tried to murder you. First of all, and for the last time, there are no aliens. Second, it couldn't have been my Gran at the warehouse. I broke that person's mask to get away. The mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged. But she's definitely... You guys catch that yawn? I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted by Pow. But she's definitely hiding something. Maybe. Your Gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe. All she does is sit around all day making jam. What could she possibly have to hide? I don't know, we haven't talked much since you moved in. Moved in? Your Gran isn't from here? No, she came a few months back to take care of me after his mom went missing. Did you know your Gran before? Not really, no. It's been years since I'd seen her. Luca, don't take this the wrong way. But are we sure your Gran is on the up and up?
Luca gazed out the window.
I'm just saying. It sounds like strange stuff has been happening since she showed up. You could say the same thing about your family. But you're right. Luca, your Gran is hiding something. Pa always says, folks only bury stuff worth digging up. We need to investigate your house. If my Gran really is hiding something, don't you think I would have noticed by now? That's kind of the whole point of hiding something. I guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you two tomorrow when the coast is clear. And we can start getting to the bottom of this. I'm always game for a good snoop. You can count me in.
Chapter 6.
Ooh, we're on chapter 6 already. That must mean we're close to the end of the game. No, we're not. We're not close to the end of the game. I know this to be true. Especially since we just got another charm. And we have to go back and do the mini games a couple more times. Flashback
Secret lair.
Oh, secret layer. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Let me just bump up the volume a little bit for her narration.
Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
What time is it? Sweater time. That's what time it is. Oh, there's someone at the door. That, or there's a telltale heart under the floorboards. Rollo, what on earth is that? Rollo. Rollo, honey. Rollo, no. That ridiculous thing on your head. Oh, this? It helps me think. You're gonna need a lot more of those. Joke all you want. It's me, I'm the Rollo. I don't own a single deerstalker cap, I should have you know. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. Coast is clear? Yep, whatever she's been up to this week, she's been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well. The game is afoot.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes as Rollo strutted across the room.
If I were a Gran, where would I hide my deepest, darkest secrets? Perhaps where you might least expect it.
Rollo flung open the cabinet with confidence. He
Aha.
coughed as a veil of dust hit his face.
I think it's safe to assume anything that dusty isn't what we're looking for. Or maybe that's what she wants you to think. Then again, any good detective knows not to trust their first hunch. First hunches are for suckers. Eureka! She's lit a fire in order to burn the evidence. She keeps that fire going every day, Rollo. Drat, may already be too late. Just think of the mounds of documents lost to ash. Rollo. Rollo, no. Okay. I'm gonna stop you right there. Can we just think for a moment? Luca, is there anywhere Gran doesn't want you to go? Yeah. Closet upstairs. So maybe it stands to reason that we should check there first? No dice, it's locked. Well, well, well. Look who stands to reason now. I'm just gonna leave that there. And I have no idea where the key is. If it really is important, then she probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has her berry bushes. Who has ever thought, I'm going to take this important thing and huck it in a bush? True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary? Well, she is always worried I'll break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. But it doesn't matter anyway, I can't reach the latch.
A look of realization crept onto Luca's face. All three kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted in turn toward the kitchen.
Oh no. Alright, Rollo. This is your time to shine. Ah, yes. You've called upon my expert detective skills. And now I shall proceed with...
Before he could finish, Luca scrambled up Rollo's back.
Hey, this isn't my idea of detective work. Every squad needs a good lockpick. And every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing. Stop complaining and hold still. Got it.
The three crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss. But the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Suspicious. Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah. I don't really know what we were expecting. Like, oh hey! Let me just yank on this random teacup and...
As Beck pulled on one of the teacups, it slanted forward with a hollow click.
Well then.
The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
Excuse me, Gran? Excuse me, Gran? Seems like your Gran has been doing some remodeling. Maybe while everybody was out of town for the groundwater decontamination, quote unquote. Dude, only 2 types of people have secret lairs. Evil masterminds and superheroes. So, which one do we think she is? We're about to find out. Okay, so more of an unhinged conspiracist vibe? I'm the Gran. I'm the unhinged conspiracist. Oh, wow. Yeah, this cannot be good. We need to look around before jumping to conclusions. There's a murder board! We're checking out the murder board first.
A spider web of string connected photos of people from the town, interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
Well, she sure has kept herself busy. Is your Gran a serial killer? Because I'm starting to get a vibe. Don't be ridiculous. Sure, she's just tracking the movements of everyone in town. Out of the kindness of her heart. She put little symbols by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Nuncreed has a check mark. The clipboards are all inside a big circle. My mom's are both on here. Both with question marks. Gus Valentine has a question mark. Eris has a question mark that's been crossed out. Mr. Kerr has a bullseye? Take the shot, Gran. Take the shot. The killer has chosen her next victim! We don't know what any of this means. Whatever it means, it's probably not good. I want to see the actual murder board.
Luca Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter. For a long moment, he just stared at it.
Was Walter his dad's name? What do you got there? It's my dad. Looks like some of his old medical files. Your dad was a doctor?
Luca nodded and caressed the label with his thumb.
Well, are you gonna read it? Here, let me help.
Rollo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages.
Rollo, please. Rollo, please. This is inappropriate.
He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
How about you actually read some of it? One sec. Dense documents such as these are a lot like a cheeseburger. It's best to skip straight to the middle. I mean... Huh. That's where all the meaty bits live. Well, he's not wrong about that. Wow, I had no idea we're in the presence of a preeminent scholar in dense documents. And cheeseburgers. By all means, proceed.
He stopped at a page and mimed, holding up a monocle.
Ah, here we are. Follow-up examination of Terence Wilby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malaise. Body temperature continues to drop. He now describes soreness of muscles and joints. This is similar to the experience exhibited by Mrs. Wilby just a few days past. Still waiting on lab results from Joseph.
Rollo looked up with heightened surprise.
See? Creepy. Yeah, that's kind of disturbing. Who's Joseph? That's Mr. Nuncreed's name. Wait.
Rollo's finger traced across the page.
There's more scribbled in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Wilby claims the tap water at his home has been contaminated. Perhaps environmental? Lab results only raise more questions. It's like he came back to this report later and made those notes. So it might be related to something else.
Rollo scanned through several more pages.
Here, the writing looks shaky. I just couldn't help her. This disease, or whatever it is, progresses so fast. And with his wife passing, Terrence's condition follows close behind, exacerbated by the loss. Enough is enough. I need to take matters into my own hands. Oh no.
Luca, staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
What does it say next?
Rollo rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends. But there has to be more.
Luca frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Luca, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What did he mean enough is enough? How did he take matters into his own hands? This is bullshit.
Luca slammed the drawer shut.
All right then. Big yikes. Rollo, please. Okay. What do we have here? Barrels marked caution explosive. And jam jars? There's enough jam to feed the whole town. What kind of incendiary jam is your grand making? Incendiary Jam is the name of my new band. Incendiary. She wouldn't have had me walk around town delivering bombs. Right? Only one way to find out.
Rollo casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam.
Oh no. Huckleberries?
He smacked his lips.
A hint of brown sugar. And ink? What?
Rollo plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper.
I knew it. Aha!
Rollo offered the slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
It's addressed to Mrs. Fratelli. So Mrs. Fratelli is the squirrel at the diner? She's the one at the diner. A Grand Jam Gran? It says, last night I used the disguise Eris provided to scout the location. The timing window should be possible. Operation Sparkplug is a go. Oh man, are they doing a heist? Whatever it is, it can't be good. Some more bombshell than a bomb, am I right? You're new here, so I'll let it slide. But I'm the bad joke guy around here. Oh no, I am the Rollo. Oh heck, okay.
They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
Cool, this looks like a treasure map. Not every old map is a treasure map, Rollo. Yes, but every treasure map is an old map. That's what we call a solipsism. Can't fault that logic. Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. It starts at the entrance to town. And if we follow it,
Rollo carefully traced the path with his finger.
it leads right to
He jabbed down at the end point.
Town Square? That's the fountain in the middle of town. What a weird place to hide treasure. Rollo, that doesn't look like treasure to me. The end of the path on the map has the same symbol as those explosives over here. So it's not hiding treasure. A real bummer. Rollo, what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month? The festival! Gulp. Did you just say gulp? This feels like a gulp kind of situation. Everyone will be gathered near the center of town. She's gonna blow up the festival! And apparently murder William Kerr. Not if we stop her. Oh no. What was that?
Luca looked up from the map.
What was what? No, I heard it too. That was the front door. Which means someone just shut the door. Which means someone's upstairs. Shh, quiet. Hit the lights.
Beck flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark. Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps. The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall.
Oh no.
Then suddenly, it stopped. Without realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence.
Hello?
A final few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Anyone down there?
The three kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump.
Yoo-hoo! Big summer blowout. I'm not here to hurt anyone.
Thump.
I'm just here to help. Just
Thump. At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
huh. Guess it's nothing.
Rollo shifted suddenly. Luca gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth.
Rollo, don't.
It was too late. Rollo was already inching toward the stairway.
Oh no, Rollo.
He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure.
Flaming chicken coop!
With all his weight, Rollo tackled the man to the ground.
Pow is coming to tackle us to the ground as well. That entire very tense situation, she was hecking with her crocodile. Rollo? Mysterious creepy man? Anyone there?
From the dark corner, they saw something move.
Well, I didn't know if I had it in me. But there was only one way to find out. Holy crap, Rollo, that was awesome. Wait, did you just kill that person?
Luca scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
You sure clobbered him good, Rollo. He's knocked out cold.
As Beck flicked back on the light, Luca and Rollo both gasped in stereo.
Mr. Tolliver?
Chapter 7.
There's a chapter. I thought there was only 6 chapters. I didn't look up spoilers or read a walkthrough or anything. I was just looking up like generally how long the game takes, so I would know how to break up the video lengths for it. And I thought I only saw 6 chapters, so I was very wrong. All right, so that seems like a good place to take a break. If you're hanging out with us, we are going to take a little treat eat break, which means it is time to turn our attention to the critter cam. We have a very special treat eat today. Usually, well, for the last few streams, what we've been doing is having a little competition to see what Pow's going to enjoy more. But we're feeling a little fancy today. So Pow is going to enjoy a spaghetti dinner on us. Spaghetti dinner is one of her favorite dinners. Since I guess it's going to be a romantic, this is the night, and they call it a Bella Noche type situation with the crocodile. But as you can see, we have a lovely dish of spaghetti, squash, and tomatoes. Spaghetti squash is one of her favorite foods. There she goes. She's going right for it. Let me put on some music while we're. Should I set the mood with some Bella Noche? Well, take this time to grab something to drink for yourself. Stand up, stretch. Make sure you stretch all your limbs, unshrimp your posture. Do a big stretch up, do a big stretch out. Crack your wrists, crack your elbows, pop your knees back into place if you're old like I am. You can see this is the night. It's a beautiful night. They call it the Belle Noche. I will not sing again, I promise. You can see Pao loves her spaghetti dinner. Squash is a great addition to her diet because it's got lots of good nutrients for her, and it's something a little bit different that she doesn't get every day. And of course, fruit is a big part of her diet, so tomatoes, she gets those quite often. She loves her tomatoes. She loves stomping around, playing with them, launching them. Let's see if she'll have a little bit of dinner or if she's just going to go and heck with her crocodile friend again. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying Beacon Pines as much as I am. I love this game. I really, really do. Oh, it's so good. It's just so good. And it does lead in quite nicely to our spooky Halloween uh, month of Spooktober, October, spooky season, Halloween Samhainess. I should probably come up with an official title for that. Spooky month. It's spooky month now. Um, but we've got Spooky Beacon Pines. We've got Friday's stream is going to be so much fun. We're going to be playing some Phasmophobia. I'm going to be doing some solo Phasmo runs. There are going to be channel point redeems on, so you can mess up my game. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I think I need to. Oh my heck! Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I just realized something. I really apologize if you've popped into the stream and you've been running into 2-minute ads. Twitch reset my ad settings to 2 minutes instead of 30 seconds. That is completely unintentional. I will have to fix that. I don't know if I can for this stream. Oh no, I feel so bad. Yeah, that's. Oh dear. Yeah, I'll fix that for the next stream. But I do apologize if you guys have been getting stuck in ads. I do try to keep them as short as possible and unintrusive. Twitch does have guidelines as to how much I have to run during a stream during a certain amount of time. So I try to run as few as possible. And of course, if you are subscribed, you don't get any ads. And if you wish to subscribe and you have an Amazon Prime account, you are actually able to link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and you can subscribe to any of your favorite creators for free. Thank you for putting that up as an announcement, too. I just got the little pop-up that we were going into an ad break, and it's like, your community will be back in 2 minutes. And I'm like, nope. No, they won't. They should be back in 30 seconds. Oh, she's so excited. She is slowly dragging the food away from the crocodile. I don't know if you guys are noticing that. And now she's just mean mugging the camera. How, baby, you have to swallow. The camera's not going to steal your food either. So we just made up a spaghetti squash for her. We made it up for us as well. We did it in the slow cooker. She can eat raw squash. Obviously, she would eat most of her. She would eat all of her food raw in the wild. Um, but it's just easier for her to eat cooked squash. So whenever we make one, we usually try and we'll cook it without any seasonings, without any oil, without any additives at all. Um, so we'll cook it up that way and then save a portion for her, and then we will fix ours with seasonings and good, tasty human things. Look at her smacking her lips. She's so happy. Toot might steal the spaghetti squash. Do it up with a little bit of butter and some Old Bay. She always dives headfirst into her treat eats. And like I feel bad because it looks like I don't feed her and she's just absolutely starving. Usually I take her food dish out right before and she's still got I feed her 2 cups of salad in the morning and she's usually got some of it left by this point. So I promise she's not starving. She gets lots of food. She's just very food motivated and treat motivated. Okay, pal. All right. Well, I hope you have all taken a little chance to take a break, um, to do your stretching, to grab something to drink, grab something to hydrate. I think we are going to hop back into the game, back into chapter 7. I really don't know what's going to happen. I just I could sit here and watch Pow all day, but I also just really want to keep playing. All right, so we're gonna let Pow have her dinner, consume her giant her giant spaghetti dinner. Let's start chapter 7. Since we've now knocked Mr. Tolliver out. All right.
The interrogation of Hiram Tolliver.
Oh no.
Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string.
Kids, why?
The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain, they couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go.
Isn't this the plot of like 9 to 5?
They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house. After some deliberation, it was decided.
No, it isn't the plot of 9 to 5. All right, they run the classic good cop. Ooh, we only have one choice, which means we can come back later to this point. Good cop, chill cop interrogation.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
I'll handle this. Just gotta play it cool.
Luca walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times. Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
Golly, I sure got my bell rung.
He looked over to find Luca, who returned a calming grin.
Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. That was all a big mistake. Luca, what's going on here? Why do you have me strapped down? No one's fault, really. Rollo just got a little startled. Rollo's here.
Rollo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Well, alright. Mistakes happen. You kids gave old Hiram a good scare. Let's just get me out of these ropes and call it even.
Luca glanced over to Rollo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Mr. Tolliver, why are you in my grand's basement? I'm here to help, of course. Help with what? What's my gran up to? If you'll just cut me loose, I can show you. How do I know we can trust you?
Mr. Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Luca, have I ever done wrong by you? No. And since your gran moved to town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah. So why would I turn my back on your family now? It's just... all this stuff seems pretty weird. A board with names of people from town. An archive of my dad's old disturbing patient notes.
Luca gestured to the corner.
Barrels of explosives. I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. I don't feel like we should untie him. It's just a hunch. You kids deserve an explanation.
Luca looked again to Rollo and Beck. This time they shrugged. Luca began to slowly loosen the bindings. Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's a good lad. This'll all make sense in time.
He edged imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
Oh no. You see, this town has secrets, Luca. A very dark past indeed.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
A past that must be brought to...
He punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
light. Son of a...
Beck darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rollo confirmed what they all heard.
He just locked us down here.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep tight down there. And let the adults handle this.
They looked bewildered at each other.
Play it cool, huh? Not now, Beck.
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation. This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luca opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end.
Well, that's depressing. Mr. Tolliver, how could you? We untied you.
Well, we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement. Back to the drawing board.
All right. Back in time. So we've got another step there. All right, so the only other place that we have is here, which is going back to whether or not Beck joins us at the treehouse. So let's go back there, and while we're there, I want to hop into the memory with our dad and see if we can fish up something else. All right. So we've just had dinner with Beck's parents. Beck called to Luca before he made his way past the gate. Wait up, I'll walk you home. Surprised, Luca turned around. He knew Rollo would be prickly around new people, but Beck seemed cool. Rollo would warm up to her eventually, probably. But the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to. We already played through break, so let's go with rumble.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble with ominous thunder.
You sure we can make it home before the storm kicks off?
Luca surveyed the roiling clouds.
I'd say the odds are good. Maybe you should stay here and I'll just make a break for it.
At that moment, the heavens opened up, unleashing torrential rain.
Care to recalculate those odds? Hurry inside, you two, before you catch cold. Okay, so we're not going to find out about Gran this way. Luca, Nellie will keep trying to reach your Gran on the phone. In the meantime, you two hold tight. Sorry, not much to do up here. Most of my stuff is still in the boxes. Mind if I poke around? Be my guest. Alright. Ooh, does that mean we're going to get new charms?
Luca squinted into the eye hole of the microscope.
This looks wild. What is it? Gum. Gum?
Luca adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look.
I'm tracking the structural integrity of gum with increasing amounts of chewing. Chewed that one for 47 days.
Luca wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
It's weird, I know.
Beck looked down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
You think it's weird, don't you? A little. But weird can be cool. I wish to poke in all the things. Oh, wow. Rollo and I have a radio just like this at the treehouse. Probably not exactly like this one. My mom and I tore the whole thing down to the bolts. Fitted it with some state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. She seems pretty awesome. She gets carried away sometimes. I think she feels guilty for working too much. So when she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech overcompensation. Sippin' Aloe, thank you for dropping in. I was actually just thinking about you earlier today. I was going to check in and see how you were doing. And thank you for the hydrate. I hope y'all are hydrating with me. No, I was actually just thinking about you earlier today, and I was like, I should probably send a message, and it's been a while, but that's awkward, but I'm like weird and awkward anyways, so it's fine. It's fine. I'm glad to see you. We are playing Beacon Pines, which is a narrative story game. It is somewhat of a horror game. It's definitely an emotional roller coaster. And we're joined by Pow up in the corner. She's having her little spaghetti dinner. And I've got Bella on my lap, aggressively trying to cuddle. You can come lay down, baby. You just want to headbutt all of the things. Come lay down. All right. Yeah, the art style is great. It's really good. It's on PC and Switch. And yeah, it's really good. Basically, you're playing through a story, and every time you get to a turning point in the story, you can decide which way you want the story to go, and then you kind of play through that branch, and then you go back and change your decisions, and um, you can see what else is going to happen. And I am so addicted to it. There's a couple videos up on the YouTube channel, and all the VODs are available too if you want to go back and watch what we've played so far. Thanks for the link, dude. She showers me with high-tech overcompensation.
Luca flicked at one of the toggles.
I bet you can get all sorts of stations on this. Not out here in the boonies. You wouldn't believe the stuff I could pick up back in the city. But around here, it's all farm reports and static. Ah, shucks. Farm reports and static, What about mysterious broadcasts from underground?
Luca bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers. Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime.
Ooh, we did get a charm. Pungent.
He flipped open the attached card.
Happy trails from Coach Walker and all the Fairview Condors. Boy, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh? Oh, sorry, was this from your old school? The most recent one, yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards. Some did flowers. When they're really trying to feel good about themselves, they do both. So you've moved a lot. Yeah, that's the thing with having a brilliant parent. There's always a better job somewhere else. These flowers would last longer if you put them in some water. That's the sort of thing I would do if I cared. Well, you cared enough to keep them is all. Luca, can I ask you something? Of course. Dang, didn't that hurt? I'll be honest. That hurt more than I expected. Looked really cool, though. Well, at least you look cool doing it.
Beck took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
Do you ever feel alone? Like, even when people are around? Well, Rolo can be pretty absent-minded sometimes. I'm serious. Does it ever feel like your family doesn't care what you want? It didn't used to feel that way. I know Gran loves me, but sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem.
Luca took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
I know the feeling. How do you deal with that? I guess I haven't yet. But one thing my dad told me when I was little: don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. If you try to hold it all in, you're gonna pop. So then, what do you do when you don't know what to do? Dad never got to that part. Something I figured out on my own, though. You gotta do something. Anything. Here. What are you doing? I don't know. Something. We're gonna register our complaints with the storm. Listen here, you miserable universe. Stop jerking me around. I just want things to go back to the way they were. Everyone tells me it's gonna be alright. That things are gonna change.
Luca let out a feral scream that echoed into the night.
Every time something changes, everything gets worse. Screw this town. Whoa. Let me try. Moving sucks. I hate it. I hate that I hate it. Why can't I just deal with it and be happy for my mom? Why can't we just stay somewhere?
Her voice dropped to a trembling whisper.
I just want to be a normal kid.
Beck brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
There. Oof. Ow. Wow. I actually feel a little better.
As abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
I'm like actually tearing up right now. This game is... this game, man. Thanks. I needed that. Me too. I should head out before the rain starts up again. Sure, I'll walk you out. See you and Rolo at the festival? Sounds good. Luca, don't let the universe jerk you around.
Beck gave Luca a light thump on the arm before heading in.
Okay, so we're not going to find out about Gran. Oh, we're all the way back to chapter 5. Okay.
Friendly feud.
All right. I wonder if we're actually going to get to the festival this time.
The air was heavy with the hard rain's residue. The smell of wet things. Despite his dreary surroundings, Luca felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone. Not even Rolo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rolo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes. This is what Luca told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
All right, off to the treehouse we go. Okay, so now we might get a chance to do our fishing minigame. Okay. Hey, Dawn. Tracking down a lead? Dawn is so cute. You bet. I heard a juicy new rumor. Turns out, when Trevor Valentine died, he left behind a peculiar last will and testament. Peculiar how? He didn't just give his kids an inheritance, there were conditions. Like, what? The document stipulated that Eris had to take on a child as her ward. A kid our age who just showed up to town one night with a lawyer. Solomon? Bingo! So, Eris was forced to take care of him? Yep, or she would have lost everything. Why would Sharper care so much about some random kid? Rumor has it, old Sharper sowed some wild oats. Ah, that explains the way Eris treats him. Poor Solomon. How did you find all this out? A good reporter never reveals her source, Luca. Great. Bye, Dawn. It's still glowing. I still want to touch it. I still can't touch it. Okay. No sketchy Mr. Nun Creed in the clipboards. Crocodile Girl's still here. He met his old friend's eyes and was greeted with nothing but ice-cold anger. Heavens. This is no time for fractured friendships. Huh. Alright, enjoy your book. Excuse me, what are you doing? Just locking up for the night, sir. Oh, wonderful. I can only assume this means all festival preparations have been completed ahead of schedule. Not exactly, sir. The storm set us back a bit, and it's getting late, so we all decided to. You all decided? Yes, sir. I was unaware that your job involved deciding things. We all here at Perennial Harvest believe. I cannot say his lines. We are all here at Perennial Harvest because we believe in creating a better future, yes? Yes, sir, very much, sir. Do you want to be the one to tell this town that we failed them? No? That we gave up because there was a little rainstorm and we all got sleepy? Of course not, sir. Good, then it's decided. Yes, sir, we'll work till the task is done. See that you do. Our harvest awaits. That is the creepiest slogan. Alright. Are there any secrets around here? Can I do a poke? This is, I think, just the sign. Old Pickler's Pond, yeah. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can do this fishing minigame. Yes. Do we have more bait? We have so much more bait.
Luca placed a sinker on the line. Sometimes the best stuff is at the bottom of the pond.
Alright. Here we go, Dad. We got this. Oops. I have forgotten how to do this minigame. That's okay.
Luca placed a sinker on the line. Sometimes the best stuff is at the bottom of the pond.
Ooh, what did I get? Malice 80 proof whiskey. A hard liquor for a hard man. Best leave that be. Takes a real piece of work to leave something like that lying around. Okay, interesting. So it looks like there's space for 6 things on the mat, and we have
Luca
4
wrapped
pieces
a
of
twig
bait.
of thyme around the hook. Some fish have refined taste.
Pow! Sorry, just a second. I just want us all to appreciate Pow's determination, Pow's absolute lack of hex to give, Pow's destructive distaste for Crocodile, for Wendy. I know she's stuck and I should probably go help her, but this is a bed of her own making. She'll get there. She'll get there. This is Pow all day, every day, climbing over stuff, getting stuck on stuff, finding new ways to be a pain. All right. Pow's got this. Oh, I already did this. Okay, got bait. Oh.
Luca wrapped a twig of thyme around the hook. Some fish have refined taste.
Ooh, what do we get? Property of Sharper Valentine. Figures. If he had his way, property of Sharper Valentine would be written on everything in this town. Should we give it back to him? He may not even want it back. The man's got a contentious relationship with time. We'll keep it here in case he ever wants to pick it up. Interesting. Alright, thanks, Dad. I'll be back when I have more bait. Okay. So we've also got to go back to the diner because we have more ingredients for the patrons. Pal. You almost got it. Just a little bit further forward, baby. Rolo, are you still up there? I'm sorry, Rolo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Oh, no, Rolo, I'm sorry. Come back never?
Luca had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times.
Oh, no.
And it always meant one thing.
You're upset. Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason? I didn't abandon you. I'm just a little late.
Rolo scoffed.
The rain held me up. Liar! You weren't even home. What? The storm got bad and I got worried. So I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to your house and you weren't there. I hadn't made it back yet. I'm not a fool, Luca. It doesn't take all day to deliver some jam. No, the storm rolled in out of nowhere. And I got stuck after dinner at Beck's house.
Luca stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Beck? Dinner? What the heck is a Beck? She's a new kid in town. She's actually kind of cool. You'd like her. She needed help convincing her parents that she'd made new friends. New friends? I spent all day waiting for you, and you were off making new friends? It's not like that, Rolo. You know, while I was waiting, I made some upgrades to mission control. It was going to be a surprise. But you took so long, the storm knocked it all down. Just like you knocked down our friendship. What does that even mean? Pat's getting a little helping hand.
Luca became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
It means you're a bad friend. You don't care about me. Of course I care, you ass. I knew I'd get in trouble waiting so late for you, but I kept my word. 'Cause that's what friends do. Oh wow, what a noble sacrifice you made. Easy for you to say. Your gran doesn't even care. You can stay out as long as you want. And you wouldn't even get in trouble. Seriously? You're acting like I chose this? If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad friend.
Rollo's tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
This is just as hard to witness as the earlier conversation with Beck. Maybe Pa's right. Storms bring more than water. This one brought out the real Luca. Stop quoting your pa's nonsense like it means anything. Yeah, well, at least my pa is still around. Rollo.
The words hung in the cold night air.
Rollo, why did you have to go there?
Rollo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line. But it was too late.
Luca, Good night, Rollo. Oh, ow. Dang it. I had no idea that this branch would lead to this. Alright. Can I do anything here?
Luca dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
Rollo. What a jerk. Call me a bad friend. Ooh, I'm Rollo. Look at me and my amazing family. Is that it? Am I done kicking the ball? Nope. If Rollo still thinks I'm going to the festival with him, he can shove it. I think I'm done kicking the ball. Can I leave? Okay, I guess I'm going to bed. I guess I'm just never supposed to make new friends. Oh, sleep. Ow. Ow. Luca?
Gran cooed gently from the hallway.
You slept straight through breakfast. Luca, are you alright? I'm fine. Just don't feel like getting up yet. Okay, I'll leave this oatmeal by the door. I've got to run out and take care of some things. Okay. I'll be back later to check in. Sure.
Luca just wanted to be alone. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing.
I bet Rollo's still gonna go to the festival. He's gonna be miserable. Physics. Okay. I was wondering if we could call back on our radio. Now I'm stuck on the chair. Can I go back to bed?
Luca dozed off again.
Luca. I see you didn't eat your oatmeal. Wasn't hungry. Well, just in case you get hungry, I'll leave a sandwich here too. Thanks. Rollo came by. What did he say? He wanted to talk to you. What did you say? I told him you weren't feeling well. Good. So your plan is to just sit in your room all day? Pretty much. Well, I need to pop away again for a minute. If you decide to end your pity party and go outside, I think it'd do you some good. Noted.
Luca still couldn't bring himself to go out. Besides, if he ran into Rollo, he'd have to actually confront the situation.
There's never anything interesting at the festival anyway. Am I supposed to kick the ball over there? Oh, if Rollo still thinks I'm going to the festival. Okay, so that's my success.
The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
The complete first volume.
Luca carefully opened the cover and began to read. Rollo had received it for his birthday. A special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art. Rollo cherished it, but asked that Luca keep it at his house. Luca wasn't sure if it was because Rollo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luca's more often. Whatever the reason, Luca didn't mind. But it had stayed right there where Rollo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luca lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway.
Luca? Another little friend came to see you. A girl named Beck Modwill? She said you met yesterday? What did she say? Is she here? She was just dropping by. I told her you weren't taking visitors today. Oh. She seems nice. Yeah. You had a fight with Rollo, didn't you? Can I come in? Maybe later. Alright then. I'll leave dinner on the kitchen table. In case you want a bite before bedtime.
Without realizing it, Luca had pouted away the entire afternoon. He once again felt the weight of it all and allowed his weary eyes to close. Luca stood in a vast black expanse.
I completely feel the depression nap days.
He looked up at his father standing beside him. Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad, where are we? Taking a final loud gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source? Luca's eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire. Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit. The figure's voice was a scratchy echo.
Yikes.
Well, if it isn't the man of the hour, make yourself comfortable.
These dreams are so eerie.
Luca held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame, see? Luca peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines itself. Tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame. Luca could see small shadows moving in the burning city. People. Luca leapt to his feet. We've got to help them! The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves? The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames. They only care about what's right in front of them. Not like us.
Oh no.
Luca's voice was a trembling whisper. Us?
Us?
The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, The suit emitted a gasp. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within.
Oh no.
Luca's own face looked back at him. Older, worn, distant. The sensation was oddly familiar. As if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror. The doppelganger smiled.
I tried to help once.
He gestured towards his face.
And all it got me was this.
Lucas staggered back.
You aren't me.
Luca felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again, beside him.
Every choice sets us on a path.
This is the end of one of your paths, son. Luca watched his older self shake its head ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin.
Oh no.
Welp,
Dad, if you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luca watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged into the flames. In a flash of cold light, he was gone. What does all of this mean? Luca felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder.
just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose.
Why we choose matters just as much as what we choose.
Luca woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun.
Mom? No, dear. It's only Gran.
Luca rubbed his eyes. The kind, concerned face of his gran came into focus.
How are you feeling? Fine? Anything you want to talk about? I don't feel like talking. That's just as well. How about you sit there and listen a bit? Whatever you and Rollo fought about doesn't matter. But he...
Gran silenced Luca with a gentle pat on the leg.
Fights between friends happen. What was said doesn't matter. The important thing is that it's not the last thing you ever say to each other. But he said stuff about Dad. Well, do you think he meant it? No. He was just mad. And did you mean any of the things you said to him? No. Good. One must appreciate friends in their best moments and accept them in their worst. Oh, we got another charm. Accept. Now get your little butt out of bed. The festival's today. You don't want to miss that, do you? I guess not. Seems like a good opportunity to make amends with Rollo, doesn't it?
Luca gave a reluctant nod.
So buy him a corn dog and apologize. But he's the one that... What did I just say? Buy him a corn dog. That's a good boy. Everything's better with corn dogs. I need to get going now. Got some last-minute festival business to take care of. I'll come find you at the fountain a little after lunch. All right. I love you, Luca. Love you too.
Luca took a deep breath.
Okay.
Chapter 6.
Chapter 6. All right, guys. I think that's a great place to leave our session today. I don't want to get too much further into the story. So I think we are going to leave it there for the day. My chest hurts and I've got tears in my eyes. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Anyway, So thank you all so much for joining me for Beacon Pines. I had hi Bones, you made it. We're just wrapping up actually. I'm so sorry. Um, we're just wrapping up. Uh, we played through a few different options, and I am emotionally broken. So emotionally broken. Um, so thank you so much for joining me today. For Beacon Pines, I had so much fun playing through the story with you guys. So coming up this week, Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing some solo Phasma runs. There's going to be channel point redeems on. It's going to be super duper fun. So definitely try and make it for that one. Hang out. Yes, thank you everyone for joining us. Toot is correct that the VOD will be going up in the VODs channel. And videos will be going up on the YouTube eventually. Thank you to everyone who dropped in. Thanks to everyone who gave me a hydrate. I hope you enjoyed watching Pow have her romantic dinner with her crocodile. So yes, plan for the week. We're doing Phasma on Friday. Next week's schedule is going to go up in the Discord on Saturday or Sunday. We have a very exciting game coming up next week. I got early access to a horror farming sim that we are going to be playing together on Wednesday. I am so excited to show it to you guys. Keep an eye on the YouTube for some new videos. Come join us in the Discord for daily cat tacks and memes and daily sunshine and crafting discussions. Yeah. So, thank you for the hydrate. So let's find someone to raid. Let's see if there's anyone else. Not many people that I follow are actually online, so let's see if there's anyone else playing Beacon Pines. All right. Yeah, there's a couple other people playing Beacon Pines right now. So let's go check out Care Bear is Trying. They're on their first playthrough of Beacon Pines. Let's see. So we're gonna go hang out with them a little bit. Care Bear is Trying. Fantastic. Looks like they're at a slightly different spot in the story than we are. So go ahead, show them some love. As always, try not to be spoilies. Yeah, thanks so much for joining me today on this lovely Wednesday. I hope your week is going fantastic. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I will see you guys around. I'll see you on Friday for Phasmo. I'll see you on Monday for crafting chat. I'll see you in the Discord. And as always, I will see you in my heart. So have a good one. Let's get ready to raid out in a couple of seconds there. And bye. Bye.